girls, this is Claudia here from Euroblast 2019 in Cologne, and Between the Buried and Me is playing 2 sets and one go. Wow, I mean that's breathtaking.
It actually is breathtaking. We're all having a hard time getting a lot of rest with doing this, but it's been fun though. It's cool because every person that every single person that comes to the show is there just to see us. So it's kind of it's just been extra special for us to see that people actually care. You know, it's tough. Like we said, it's tough playing that much material, but it's been really cool just to see that, like I said, that people care. You know.
Mm-hmm. But do you get to play different songs in different venues in a different kind of order, or is it like always the same?
Yeah, the same thing.
Yeah.
With that much music, you have to have, you know,
a straight order.
Yeah, the same thing planned.
Mm-hmm. And when you go on such a tour with such a lot of work to do, actually, because you have to travel, you have to have the interviews, like now, playing the shows, and setting up, sound check, and everything. How do you manage to get sort of a day rhythm, sleep, whatever you need, like as a human being?
You don't really. We have sleep is something that we just aren't getting on this tour, but it's all right though. You know, I mean, we've been doing this a long time, so it's totally fine. You know, like I said, we're just really happy that we put together such a workload, and people are coming. You know, and they're coming to see it. So, you know, we could sleep later.
So why did you start playing music in the first time?
I think everyone in the band just kind of was interested in music, and my whole dad's side of the family are musicians, so I think I just kind of was born with it. But yeah, I mean, just thinking back to each one of our stories, I think we just were very fascinated by music. We loved music, and we each had an instrument we kind of gravitated towards. So it's a pretty natural thing, you know, about what you would expect.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think personally about musical theory? Is that something that impairs, something that helps, something that you don't need to care?
I think it depends on the person. You know, I would say 3 out of the 5 members know all the theory and have had the training and whatnot, but 2 of us are kind of more self-taught ear people, and whether or not we know the language, you know, how to communicate with the theory language, we still know a lot of theory just from being in this band, you know.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff going on all the time. I think at this point we know what's right and wrong in theory, you know, if this is supposed to be here or here, you know. I think it's definitely important to know some, but again, I don't think any of us actually rely on that, you know. It's more just the difference in this being right or this being right, you know. It's not something that we like reference, you know.
Yeah.
Very often.
Yeah, but
it's a very natural thing for us.
But you experiment.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's more than stuff being right in theory with us. I think it's more like, does this sound cool?
Yes.
You know.
But that's the more important thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how do you go about finding what's right for you? Like, is there discussions going on, or you bring a part and everybody's fine with that, or you move around parts?
We all write stuff, and as we send it back and forth, you know, maybe a note will get changed here or there. You know, that note being something that's kind of hinted at later, or just an easier way to go from here to there, you know? We've been a band so long and we've written so many records, and it's just become something that's not super challenging for us, you know. Working together and like writing material has become something that's just kind of
like normal communication.
yeah, totally. So yeah, we're pretty lucky in that regard, you know. We work together really well.
Some people say that it's a different kind of dynamics or energy on the stage or off stage, like in the studio. How do you prepare, or how do you feel in those two very different settings?
I think we're the same guys on and off stage, but we're probably way more serious on stage than we are off stage. We're just a bunch of goofballs, and you know, we're probably insulting each other in some way for comedy's sake. Or I mean, we may be more serious on stage, but we're not taking ourselves that seriously, you know. We just want to play the parts right and do whatever we have to do to make sure we're playing the parts right. But at the same time, you know, if somebody misses a note, you're not gonna. No one's gonna
point it out to the public and say, "Oh, he did it wrong."
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Oh, whatever, can't win them all," you know.
No.
But there's not a lot of ego and all that kind of stuff in our band. We're just a bunch of dudes writing music, you know. It's pretty simple.
And do you hear music from other people too? Because you're exposed to so much of like your own music in the shows and then in the rehearsal and in the studio. Do you listen to other bands? Do you have time for that? Or
like on tour?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would say I could probably speak for all my band when I say that we're not listening to anything that's remotely like us on tour. I would even assume that we're not even really listening to heavy stuff, especially for playing, you know, over 2 hours of heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Last thing you want to do is listen to some metal or something, you know. We listen to a lot of music, you know. I mean, all of us, but I would say it's probably more mellow, relaxing stuff, you know, compared to us, rather. I think we're all just huge music fans, so I mean, you know, we're gonna be listening to something, you know.
Yeah. So is there jazz playing on the tour bus?
No, there's nothing playing on the bus.
Yes.
It's all like personal.
Try to get peace, right?
personal playlists, I'm sure, you know. You never know though. I don't know what they listen to.
You could.
But
one day just go like, what do you listen to?
Dan may be listening to some sort of weird jazz in there somewhere. Him and Tommy listen to more music than all of us, I would say. But I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately.
Oh, okay.
Mainly like funny stuff. Like I've always loved comedy so much, and
comic relief.
Yeah, you know, if you're tired or you're stressed, you know, you can't really beat listening to like Bill Burr or somebody hilarious. You know, it's just listening to funny people having conversations is kind of nice to break up the seriousness. You know.
Yeah. I ask a question for so many interviews now, but I still keep on going because I guess there is no right or wrong, but it's interesting how people see themselves. What do you think about the word artist? Are you artists? Who decides?
Yeah, I mean, if you're creating, yeah. I think that term's thrown around too freely, but yeah, I mean, if you're writing music, it's just like you're drawing a picture or you're painting a picture, you know. You're an artist in some capacity. But like I said, we don't take ourselves very seriously. We don't think we're like better than everyone else or anything like that, you know. We don't require people to call us artists and whatever. We're just a bunch of assholes. You know?
But do you think the term artist is related to being like superior or feeling superior, or is it more like just a label?
It depends on who you are, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, there are some people that do think they're superior to other people, I guess. I'm sure. I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with how other people feel about, you know, their status or if they're an artist or whatever. If someone asked me, "Are you an artist?" I would say, "Yeah." Between the Beard and me is an artist. You know, we're like Between the Beard and me is the artist made up of 5 dudes who are artists. So we have a lot of experience with music and creating. So yeah, I would say we're all artists and we're veterans at this point, I would say.
So thank you very much for the interview, and I hope you get some sort of sleep.
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good. I just took a nap. As you can tell, I'm about half asleep still, but that's probably the most sleep I've gotten this whole tour.
Whoa!
And we got some nice coffee.
Oh, that's good.
Look at this, coffee to go. Perfect.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
I'm feeling pretty good. We're probably gonna have some dinner in a little while. Something, I don't know what it'll be, but
I hope something.
I think it'll be good. Yeah, but thank you.
Thank you for your music.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.